For decades, the male prostate has been a source of both mystery and anxiety. Tucked just below the bladder, this walnut-sized gland plays a vital role in reproductive health, producing the fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. Yet it is also at the center of some of the most common male health issues, from benign enlargement to prostate cancer. Because of its location and function, anything that influences how the prostate behaves attracts interest. And one of the most discussed, though often whispered about topics, is the effect of daily masturbation on this gland. What has long been a taboo subject is now increasingly studied by scientists, and the findings paint a picture that is far more surprising and nuanced than many would expect. Masturbation, once surrounded by myths of weakness, blindness, or moral failing, is today better understood as a normal part of male sexuality. But beyond relieving stress or satisfying desire, what it does to the prostate is gaining attention. Researchers have discovered that the frequency of ejaculation, whether through sex or masturbation, has a measurable impact on prostate health. In particular, daily masturbation may play a role in lowering the risk of certain prostate problems, though it is not without its complexities. One of the most striking revelations from research is the apparent protective effect against prostate cancer. Several large studies, including work published in the journal European Urology, suggest that men who ejaculate more frequently, around 21 times per month or more, have a lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who do so less often. The mechanism seems logical. Ejaculation helps flush out old prostate fluid, which may otherwise allow toxins, carcinogens, or inflammatory substances to accumulate. By keeping the gland cleared out, daily masturbation may reduce the chances of cellular changes that can lead to cancer. But the story is not as simple as ejaculation equals protection. Some studies indicate that frequency matters most during certain decades of life. For example, higher ejaculation rates in a man's 20s and 40s appear to show stronger protective effects than in later years. Scientists are still debating why this is the case. It may be that younger prostates respond differently to hormonal surges, or that consistent habits across a man's lifespan condition the gland to function more efficiently. Either way, daily masturbation seems less harmful and more helpful than many old myths suggested, especially when viewed through the lens of cancer prevention. Beyond cancer, the impact of daily masturbation on benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, the non-cancerous enlargement of the prostate that troubles so many aging men, is more complicated. BPH leads to frequent urination, weak urine stream, or difficulty emptying the bladder. Some researchers argue that frequent ejaculation could help ease the buildup of pressure in the gland and prevent stagnation of fluids, potentially slowing the progression of enlargement. Others suggest that excessive stimulation may cause temporary congestion, particularly if masturbation is frequent but incomplete, leaving some fluid retained. In practice, many men report that regular ejaculation brings relief from the uncomfortable fullness associated with BPH, though the scientific consensus remains mixed. Another unexpected effect lies in inflammation, particularly prostatitis, which is the painful swelling of the prostate. For some men, masturbation provides relief because it helps drain inflammatory secretions. For others, especially those with chronic prostatitis, frequent masturbation can irritate the gland further and worsen pain. The difference often depends on whether the inflammation stems from infection, nerve issues, or immune response. Thus, daily masturbation might be beneficial for one man and bothersome for another, showing that the relationship between frequency and inflammation is highly individual. Hormonal balance also comes into play. Testosterone, the primary male hormone, influences prostate growth and function. Masturbation itself does not significantly deplete testosterone levels, despite popular belief. In fact, ejaculation has only short-term hormonal effects, such as a brief rise in certain brain chemicals that contribute to relaxation and mood. Over time, the prostate may actually benefit from the stable hormonal environment maintained by regular release. However, in men who engage in compulsive masturbation driven by anxiety or stress rather than desire, the hormonal picture may become skewed, with elevated cortisol, the stress hormone, interfering with healthy prostate function. Daily masturbation also has indirect benefits for prostate health by influencing broader aspects of male wellness. The act reduces stress, which in turn lowers blood pressure and decreases systemic inflammation, both important factors in keeping the prostate healthy. It improves sleep quality for many men, and restorative sleep supports immune surveillance against cancerous cells. Additionally, regular sexual activity, even solo, improves pelvic floor muscle tone, which contributes to better bladder control and may ease some urinary symptoms associated with an enlarged prostate. There are, of course, caveats. Excessive masturbation, especially when performed hurriedly or with little lubrication, can irritate tissues surrounding the prostate and urethra, leading to soreness or temporary discomfort. Some men develop anxiety when they feel compelled to masturbate daily, worrying about whether it is too much or harmful. In such cases, the psychological burden may outweigh the physical benefits. Moderation, as in most aspects of health, is key. For men in generally good health, daily masturbation is unlikely to harm the prostate and may provide protective benefits. For men with chronic pain, inflammation, or unresolved urinary issues, the frequency and technique may need adjusting under medical guidance. Perhaps the most unexpected truth is how much shame still surrounds the subject. Many men avoid asking doctors about their sexual habits, leaving them to rely on myths or hearsay. Yet open discussion reveals that masturbation is not a dangerous indulgence, but a normal biological function with potential health advantages. Urologists today are more likely than ever to encourage men to maintain regular ejaculation, whether through sex or masturbation, as part of a holistic approach to prostate care. They frame it not as indulgence, but as hygiene for the gland, comparable to exercise for the heart or stretching for the joints. Daily masturbation, then, is not a miracle cure, nor is it a hidden danger. It is a natural behavior with a surprisingly beneficial influence on prostate health when practiced mindfully. It helps flush the gland, supports hormonal balance, reduces stress, and may lower cancer risk. At the same time, it can exacerbate certain conditions if approached compulsively or without awareness of existing inflammation. The truth lies not in extremes, but in understanding the body's signals and respecting them. For the millions of men navigating the challenges of aging, the takeaway is both liberating and practical. The prostate is not a fragile gland doomed to fail. It responds to how it is treated. Daily masturbation, far from being a source of guilt, may be one of the simplest tools for maintaining its health. By embracing honest conversation and shedding outdated taboos, men can make informed choices that honor both their sexuality and their longevity. Word count, Wong Webinar 10.